Hey, Joseph, can you hear me?
Hey Robert, I hear you.
Yeah, I let you in. Still waiting for Katie to join. I don't see any messages. So don't
Mm,
let any of the guests in the waiting room yet.
okay. I'm not a co-host even anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, to co-host you have to have the full license or the
Yeah, I
more
remember that.
expensive license. And so I had Marquine add me as a co-host so I can make sure. Actually, let me make sure it's paused too.
Okay, let's see. Great. Good morning or good afternoon. How is everybody doing? Thank you for joining us today. Great. I'm going to walk through a presentation today about our fall cohort of AIC and talk through the opportunity and what's required to participate. I'm also going to be covering a couple of things for the VC judges and partnership organizations that we have this year. And then I want to leave plenty of time for questions at the end. Does that work for everybody?
Um,
Right on. Okay, so let me give me 1 second while I share my screen here and start from the beginning. Excellent. Great. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, great. I'm going to be focused on the screen, so if Joseph or Robert, you can help me with moderating, that would be fantastic. Okay, great. So, as you know, that AIC has been around for quite some time, and this year, usually it's an annual exercise that we have. This year, we're going to split it into two cohorts, and the fall cohort just kicked off yesterday, and it's focused on SaaS. Come on, let me get going here. So we're going to walk through today a welcome overview, eligibility, application process, and the award. And so the overview, as you know, in this challenge, in the Arizona Innovation Challenge, we would split $1 million. First of all, it would be $1 million for one cohort. We're going to split that $1 million over two cohorts and have a fall cohort that just kicked off yesterday for SaaS, and then a spring cohort that is focused on innovation. So this would be biotech, med tech, hardware tech, advanced manufacturing, and in hopes that we focus in on these industries with partnerships surrounding it, that we can really, really, really make meaningful impact for these companies and their long-term growth. So this is the largest business plan competition in non-dilutive state dollars that go back directly to startups. And this year, whereas in the past we've had VCs participate at the end, we are focusing in on VCs as the judges so that we can really help founders get feedback and exposure to VCs for angel and pre-seed funding. Sorry, my screen here. All right. So we will have the program this year will remain the same in the SaaS cohort. Here in the fall, we'll have up to 10 awardees, and they will be paired with entrepreneurs in residence and EIR for 90 days of work on specific objectives. The semifinalists and the finalists that are not accepted as awardees will be eligible to participate in our Venture Raise program. This is a 12-week accelerator that focuses on financial health, and it's led by Stephanie Sims. Oops. So since the Arizona Innovation Challenge has begun, we've had 31 successful exits, more than 2,800 applicants, over about $6 billion in portfolio evaluation, and 123 million additional funds raised by startups. So let's hop right into eligibility. The AIC program requires that all companies align to these industries. This is what our programs kind of align to. And then I put it in red software because this particular cohort is software specific. Our criteria are that the company must have at least 2 employees, but no more than 29. And those 2 employees must be full-time and non-administrative. The company may not have more than $10 million in net assets at the time of the application, and the company must be located in Arizona or establish a primary business within 12 months of the grant award timeline. This is so that they can create jobs and grow within Arizona. They must stay in Arizona for 5 years. So it is possible for companies outside of Arizona to apply, but they must establish residence and grow their companies within Arizona and stay here for 5 years. So the criteria for this SaaS cohort is the company must be a for-profit SaaS company with an MVP, a minimal viable product. The company founder must embrace founder-led sales, meaning they're involved in the sales process, and the company must have a minimum of 5K in monthly reoccurring revenue, MRR. More on that in a minute, and later on in the presentation. The application process, we are, so companies outside of Arizona can apply, but they need to have a significant portion of their operations and commercialize their products within Arizona within that 12-month period. The application window is yesterday through August 11th, which is 2 weeks. That's a Monday. The semifinalist round will be taking about 20 companies, and that will be a single pitch day competition. And then the finalist round, this will be a series of virtual interviews. That'll be about 15, and then we'll have up to 10 awardees. That pitch contest is on August 18th, and the interviews are on August 22nd. This is a quick turnaround, so I'm asking if you choose to apply to this competition, like please hold those dates because it will be a very fast turnaround to get you secured in front of the VC judges. Okay, so the award this year will be, because we're taking $1 million and we're splitting it into the 2 cohorts with up to 10 awardees. So it'll be a minimum of 50K in non-dilutive funding. If there are less than 10 awardees, that number may flex a bit. So that is what the AIC will pay out. You'll need to have successfully completed a contract with the ACA, which will come shortly after being notified of being awarded. And then you'll have this accelerator performance period. The first tranche is after you've completed that contract and completed documentation, which I'll go through in the next slide. And then the second tranche is after completing a 90-day milestone EIR program. So during the judging period, through that pitch contest and through the virtual interviews, the judges will be making notes and recommendations on things that you can work on in a 90-day period to make your company more investable. We will pair you with an EIR and compensate them, pay for it for you. And we ask that you meet with them a minimum of twice a month during that 90-day period. And then at the end of the 90-day period, there's a report out of the progress made on those suggested objectives. And then that's when the second tranche is paid. Here's a list of the documents. When you apply, you'll also get this list with live links. So this is just part of the application period, our process. After you hit submit, the live link will come to you. I strongly, strongly advise you, if you go to apply to the AIC this year, that you, after you hit submit and you get this link, that you'll go ahead and apply for all of these documents as well, because it can take several weeks to receive them, and that can hold up payments. So that's why I'm talking about them now. And in further communication with us, if you were to move on in the process, you will hear about these documents every step of the way, because they do take a number of weeks in some situations to get back to you, and we need to make sure that it's completely completed before any next steps with us. So moving on to the VC partnership that we have. So the judges for the SaaS cohort, we have Phoenix Ventures, we have AZVC, Plug and Play, and AVC. Along with Phoenix Ventures, we also have Phoenix Forward, and I have a slide for them here in a minute. Having them as the judges through the process gets you a real feedback from investors. That can be meaningful, even if you don't like what you hear. It can help you grow your company and understand where any potential blind spots or areas of opportunity are. So part of the exciting part of this, so I went through all of the aspects of AIC. So the AIC is the application period, the pitch day, the virtual interviews, and then the awardees will go through a 90-day EIR-led program for the non-dilutive funding. That is the AIC in total. The VC partnership is because these judges are VCs, they say, okay, listen, if we want to invest in the best companies in Arizona. So as they go through this period and they're showing progress, we want to give them the opportunity to raise money, and being awarded means that you'll have 90 days to raise $100,000. If you're able to raise that $100,000, Phoenix Ventures will should serve as a lead investor on a safe at 5%, and they will give $10,000, of that 100,000. Then you will potentially receive. You'll have the opportunity to have a potential match from AVC at 100K if you're able to raise that 100K, and then also potentially a match from Plug and Play with, again, a potential investment from AVC. So at a minimum, you would be eligible through the AIC to have the 50K of non-dilutive funding, but the maximum potential is potentially 100K, but with a match which is 200K, which is maybe a potential match, which is 300K plus and then AVC or AZVC is tends to write larger checks. So if you really do a good job within this period, potentially they write you a larger check. But so it's 50K to 350K within the partnership opportunities that we have here. I'm speaking about this as a potential because the ACA will not have influence over this. This is strictly run by the VCs, but we're really excited about the partnership to take the best companies that we can find through AIC and then present opportunities for support with our VC community. And then lastly, another perk is that you will be invited to participate in Phoenix Forward, the Fast Forward Accelerator program. This is led by Clayton Mass, which is a successful SaaS founder of Keep and Infusionsoft, really a pioneer in the SaaS community here in Arizona. They have customized content for SaaS founders. This Fast Forward program is customized content for SaaS founders that are in the 100 to 300K ARR stage in their company. And the program starts September 1st through August 31st. They will be coaching. You will receive specific coaching from Clayt and mentorship to raise funds. Of course, they have access to all kinds of angels. If you're interested in this, to apply, you'll just go to phoenixforward.org and you can go through their application process. So during the time where you would be raising that money in that 90-day period, you would be meeting with Clayt and the team at Phoenix Forward and their partners to help you with that. So you'll have our EIR that's helping you with the objectives that the VCs have called out for you, the judges, and then you'll also have Clayton and his team helping you raise that 100K. So potentially January will be really exciting for you and your company, but in this partnership. Okay, that finishes out my presentation. So let's see, let me stop sharing here and then let's see if we can get some questions answered. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Sorry, guys. Any specific questions? Let's go to the comments. Okay, when you say fall card kicked off this week, does that mean the application process? Yes, the application process, it was created yesterday, went live yesterday. There was a link in the email. Maybe Joseph, you can throw the link in the chat so that everybody has it as well. This process, or the application process, will be open between yesterday and Monday, August 11th. From there, we'll shut down the application process, start the evaluation process, and then within the following weeks, we will have a lot of activity. So let's move on to the next one. Are we building SaaS? Is it better to wait for the AIC challenge to focus on SaaS? This is the SaaS version of the AIC. So this is for SaaS founders that are at that have an MVP, that have a minimum of $5,000 in monthly reoccurring revenue, and for founders that embrace founder-led sales. This is for you. The one in the spring is going to be for hardware, medtech, and I'm calling it innovation, but it's largely other aspects or other industries. Okay, great. Does let's see, we need reoccurring revenue. Let's see. Sean, if you have that question, I will respond to you offline. Why am I splitting it into two parts, and why is it heavy focus on SaaS? What we want to do is have a focus on creating really supporting the best startups that we can find. And we have found that having specific experts around these startups is most beneficial. And so there is an opportunity for us to partner around SaaS. And so we're giving it a try. We're with not only with SaaS VCs, but also with programs that can help support these founders really find a way to receive a lot more funding in a period of time, which is maybe what's needed. Okay, let's see. I just got booted up here. Okay, yes, if you've raised any money in the last, I believe it's 90 days before this program, it counts. So that is 100%. I'm not sure when the hard tech application will open. I'm starting conversations with the VCs for that in September, right after this program, and we will have a longer runway to communicate with you on that. I do know that that we'll have the pitches in April, so probably probably March-ish, if I were to give a general guideline. This is the term for the SaaS cohort, recognizing that hardware tech and med tech are completely different animals. And so, yes, we will probably have similar qualifications, but they'll probably be a little bit more focused on what would be required of a hard tech company or a med tech company. For instance, hardware companies and med tech companies will it's a little bit more difficult to have an MVP that has, reoccurring revenue every month that would be interested in this type of a program. So that's still open, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm just reading down. Yeah, thank you. There's my email. Okay, great. Awesome. What questions? Any more questions, guys?
Hi,
Wonderful.
I do
Oh
have
yeah, hi
another.
Nita.
Hi, sorry, I do have another question. So
Mhm.
for the spring cohort, it sounds like you will be lumping everything together, like everything else, like biotech, hardware, everything will be lumped into one.
Yes, that's the idea.
Okay, and will the application be similar to what this one is?
It will be similar in process. The criteria will probably be a little bit different because the reality is that those companies need to be evaluated a little bit differently. And so we're hoping that by having, even though I do know that hardware and med tech and bio are different, they're more like than SaaS. So we're going to come up with some general guidelines that we can use that will help, that will be reasonable for companies that are at the stage that would want this same opportunity.
Thanks.
Yep.
Hi, Katie. I
Yeah.
was curious to know if there was any other opportunities that AIC offers, whether it be funding or otherwise, for startups or companies that have not yet reached the $5,000 a month revenue mark.
So this year that is a qualifier for the Arizona Innovation Challenge. We do have other programs
Okay.
that may be helpful for you. And specifically, I'm thinking of one that's getting ready to launch in September called Venture Start. And so somebody from the innovation team, can you guys put our website on there so that he can contact us and get more information, please? I would love it. I would like to extend the opportunity for you to reach out to us, and we can have you hooked up with our concierge services. Her name's Karen, and she'll be able to walk you through all of our programs and really help you get involved in the things that are right for your business.
Well, let's do that. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rike.
Hey, Katie, sorry, quick question on the application. I did it, I think it was this morning, and instead of just kind of saving it to come back to it, I submitted it. Can I still go in and update it up to the end date?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep, for sure.
Thought so, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Joseph, you're on here. They can update it, right?
Yes, everyone can update the applications while the period is open.
Great.
Cool, thank you.
Matt, yes, there is a cohort in the spring. I'm referring to it as the innovation cohort. And that innovation cohort will be specifically on hardware tech, advanced manufacturing, med tech, and bio. This particular cohort is focused on SaaS. You're welcome. And more information on that, of course, that is a bigger cohort, and so we're working through criteria that would be reasonable for those founders that would be interested in this type of funding. Yes, the spring cohort will also have VCs as judges. We want to provide the same opportunities for those industries as well, and we're working on partnerships that can create soft landing spaces or supportive networks for the companies that are awardees of the AIC. Yes. So we plan to have a SaaS focused cohort next fall as well. The idea is, yes, if this goes really well, we want to continue this way, and we want to be, focused in on industry so that we can really surround the top companies in Arizona and make sure that they have everything that they need. Of course, this is the first time we're doing this, which is, we don't know what we don't know yet. So we're really working hard to get all kinds of questions answered and T's and I's dotted and crossed.
Thank you.
Yeah, so bio and SaaS, I would suggest that if you have a SaaS business and focus and qualify as you have an MVP, you have 5K in revenue per month, and you embrace founder-led sales, I would apply for the SaaS cohort. If you're a med tech company that has a med tech product, that one's going to be a little bit more hardware focused, but sometimes hardware products also have SaaS products, right? So I would apply, if you toggle between the two, I would apply for both. You're welcome. Okay, guys, great. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I appreciate you joining. I wish you the best of luck. I hope that we get to celebrate you and your company. I will, if you send me an email, I will be back in touch with you. I just need a few days. I'm actually on vacation, and if you can't, I'm sick right now. So I'll just need a few days to get back to you. But Karen has just put a note in the recording will be also available And Karen just put a note on here to reach out to her as well, and she can make sure she can also get you answers. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Katie.
guys.
Take care. Bye.